Hi friends, today I'm going to say you a video in this called Mothman Mystery. Friends, in West Virginia the Mothman is a creature reportedly seen in the Point Pleasant area from November 12th, 1966 to 15th December 1967. The first newspaper report for published in the Point Pleasant Register dated November 16, 1966, titled Couples See Man-Sized Bird Creature Something. The national press soon picked up the reports and helped spread of the story across the United States of America. The Mothman was introduced to a wider audience by Gray Barker in 1970 and later popularized by John Keel in his 1975 book. The Mothman proposes, claiming that where there were supernatural events related to the sightings and a connection to the collapse of the Silver Bridge in West Virginia. The Mothman appears in popular culture. The 2002 film The Mothman Proposes, starring Richard Gere, was based on Keel's book. An annual festival in Point Pleasant is devoted to Mothman legend. Friends, now we'll discuss about the history of Mothman, which started in United States of West Virginia, Point Pleasant. On November 12, 1966, five men who were digging a grave at a cemetery near Celadon, West Virginia in United States of America, whereas USA, claimed to have seen a man-like figure fly low from the trees over their heads. This is often identified as the first known sighting of what became known as the Mothman. Shortly thereafter, on November 15, 1966, two young couples from Point Pleasant, Roger and Linda Scraberry and Steve and Mary Millette, told police they saw a large creature whose eyes glowed red. When the car lights picked it up, they described it as a large flying man with 10-foot wings. Following their car while they were driving in an area outside of town known as the TNT area, the site of a former World War II munitions plant. During the next few days, other people reported similar sightings as the Mothman has arrived to our eyes. Two volunteer firemen who saw it said it was a large bird with red eyes. Mason County Sheriff George Johnson commented that he believed the sightings were due to an unusually large heron he termed a side-poke contractor. Neville Partridge told Johnson that when he aimed a flashlight at a creature in a nearby field, its eyes glowed like bicycle reflectors as the red eyes reflects. And a blamed buzzing noise from his television said, and the disappearance of his German Shepherd dog on the creature. Friends, wildlife biologist Dr. Robert L. Smith at West Virginia University told reporters that description and sightings all fit the sandhill crane, a large American crane almost as high as a man with a 7-foot wingspan featuring circles of reddish coloring around the eyes, and that the bird may have wandered out of its migration route. This particular crane was unrecognized at first because it was not native to this region called West Virginia of USA. After the December 15, 1967 collapse of Silver Bridge, as we discussed before, and the death of 46 people, the incident gave rise to the legend and connected the Mothman sightings to the bridge collapse. The Mothman Provinces, the movie of 2002, is a major motion picture loosely based on the book called same name by John Keel in 1975. According to Georgian newspaper Svobodnaya Gurzia, Russian UF logistics claimed that Mothman sightings in Moscow foreshadowed the 1999 Russian apartment bombings. In 2016, WCHS TV published a photo purported to be of Mothman taken by an anonymous man while driving on route number 2. Science writer Sharon A. Hill proposed that the photo showed a bird, perhaps an owl, carrying a frog or snake away, or wrote that there is zero reason to suspect it is Mothman as described in legend. There too are too many far more responsible explanations. Friends, as we discussed before, in December 15, 1967, the collapse of Silver Bridge, death of 46 people. In the death of 46 people, the two bodies were missing. Out of 46, only 44 are the our bodies are visible. Another two bodies are now also, it is a very mystery. Friends, we may think that Mothman got into, they taken away, the Mothman taken away the two bodies. Friends, we will discuss about the analysis. Folklorist Jan Harold Bruvenhand notes that Mothman has been widely covered in the popular press, some claiming sightings connected with UFOs, and others claiming that a military storage site with was Mothman's home. Breventon notes that recountings of the 1967 to 1967 Mothman reports usually state that at least 100 people saw Mothman, with many more afraid to report their sightings, but observed that written sources for such stories consisted of children's books or sensationalized or undocumented accounts that fail to quote identifiable persons. Friends, Bruenwand found elements in common among many Mothman reports and much older folk tales, suggesting that something real may have triggered the scares and became woven with exciting folk, where he also records undated tales of Mothman supposedly attacking the roofs of parked cars occupied by teenagers. Conversely, Geo Nickel says that a number of hoaxes followed the publicity generated by the original reports, such as a group of construction workers who tied flashlights to helium balloons. Nickel attributes the Mothman reports to prank misdefined planes and sightings of buried owl and albino owl, suggesting that the Mothman's glowing eyes were actually red eye effect caused from reflection of light from flashlights or other bright light sources. The area lies outside the snowy owl's usual range. Benjamin Redford points out that the only report of glowing red eyes was second-hand, that the Shirley Hensley quoting her father. According to University of Chicago psychologist David A. Gallo, 55 aged, sightings of Mothman in Chicago during 2016, published on the website of self-described Fortin researcher Lon Strickler are a selective sample. Gallo explains that he is not sampling random people and asking if they saw the Mothman. He is just counting the number of people that voluntarily came forward to report a sighting. According to Gallo, David A. Gallo, people more likely to visit a paranormal centric website like Stricklers might also be more inclined to believe in and therefore witness the extensions of a Mothman. Friends, now we will discuss about the festival and statue of the Mothman. Friends, I forgot one point here, friends. I want to say to you, friends. Some facet of science adherents such as ufologists, paranormal authors, and psychogeologists claim that Mothman was an alien, a supernatural manifestation, or a previously unknown species of animal. In his book 1975, John Keel, the Mothman Princess author John Keel, I said before, claimed that the Point Pleasant residency's expired precognitions, including premonitions of the collapse of the Silver Bridge. Unidentified flying object sightings, visits from inhuman or threatening men in black, and other phenomena. Friends, I said before we will discuss about the festival and statues of Mothman in West Virginia of America, or known as USA, United States of America. Friends, Port Pleasant held its first annual Mothman Festival in 2002. The Mothman Festival began after brainstorming creative ways for people to visit Point Pleasant areas. The group organizing the event chose the Mothman to be center of the festival due to its uniqueness and as a way to celebrate its local legacy in the town. According to the event organizer Jeff Wamsley, the average attendance for the Mothman is an estimated 10 to 12,000 people per year. A 12-foot tall metallic statue you see in this picture, friends, of the creature created by artist and sculptor Bob Roach was unveiled in 2003. The Mothman Museum and Research Center opened in 2005. The festival is held on the third week of every September, hosting guest speakers, vendor exhibits, pancake eating constants, and hair raid tours of locally notable areas. Friends, if you like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, friends. And share, friends. Subscribe, 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 friends.